You know, when you look at the PGA Tour, you see a lot of different grips and how they hold the golf club. Some are in the claw, some have a big forward press, some have a situation where their left hand is lower than their right. You know, one of the keys in putting is keeping yourself fresh and creating something new. When you've been putting poorly, there's nothing wrong with going to a belly putter. There's nothing wrong to go to a left hand lower. There's nothing wrong with you standing off to the side of the green and making right hand only strokes or left hand only strokes. The bottom line is you want to make putts, and you've got to have a good setup to do it. And what I want to talk about is the setup, where you put the ball, position, how you bend at the hips, and how you try to get your stroke as level to the ground as you can. And I'm going to explain it this way. You get your stance. Some people set up a little open. Some people even stand a little closed, meaning to the right. But the bottom line is we want our shoulder line to be parallel to the intended line. Now in putting, from this situation, it's almost ensuring that when I make a stroke, I'm not going to be making this cut across stroke or this in to out stroke. And if my misalignment of the shoulders are going to be there, typically it's going to put you in a real bad position to really make putts. So I'm going to get you set up to it. Shoulder square. I really don't care so much about where your feet are, but a lot of people that really struggle should work on trying to get their eyes inside the ball or over the ball. You never want to get your eyes outside the ball because you're destined for really bad things to happen there. The best putters, eyes inside to eyes over. The other thing is you're going to notice the ball position is forward of center. And I think that's very important because as you make a stroke, you go back with the hands and arms and shoulders, and you're going to come through, and you want to feel like you're catching it just at the bottom of the arc. And one thing that you're going to notice is when you're making this stroke with your hands, arms, and shoulders, you're not going to ever let the putter head pass the handle. The great putters always feel when they go hands and arms back, they go through, and you'll always see it impact. They've got a little bit of a forward lean at impact, and the club head is still very square to the line. So it's important to understand that. As far as your setup, and we get set up to it again, I want you to feel very stable with your lower body. If you're putting poorly, your lower body is probably moving a lot, or your spine, when you make the stroke back and through, you're probably letting your spine angle move around up and down. So feel like your lower body is quiet. Get yourself in a posture that you're bending at the hip joints like so, feeling like your lower body is quiet. Get the club now a little bit more in the palm of your left hand and even into the palm of your right hand. This will help keep your hands from getting too overly active, which I see all the time. So a good setup starts with good posture, understanding of your ball position, and hey, be creative with your grip. I don't care if you're left hand lower, I don't care if you're claw, you gotta stay fresh with your putting.